This is Film Trigger. Stevie Cade.
I don't need breast implants. I lost 90 pounds. I have my own kids.
Seth Draven.
So by that logic, George Clooney is the best live-action Batman we have ever gotten.
Ramon from Hit or Miss TV.
If Justice League 2 isn't announced in 2022, I will shave my head bald live on air.
Streaming from Studio 47. Film Trigger's Drive-By News begins now.
What up? Hello, everybody. Seth Draven, how you doing, my man?
Doing good. Doing good. How are you doing?
Good. Good to see you. Your bright, shiny little face.
Thanks.
Didn't sleep in today, huh?
Nope, did not sleep in until 6 today.
For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, Seth was not here on Sunday. I'm going to call him out, too. He slept in. We go live at noon, and he slept in.
Okay, like, you have your days, you know. Yeah.
I guess, man. Howdy, random Facebook user. How are you? In case you didn't know, I'll put the instructions down right here. If you want to have your... did I take them off? Oh, I may have deleted them. Well, then you're just going to have to listen to me carefully. If you are commenting on Facebook and you want to interact with us and have your name shown so we know who you are, on the description on the video that you're watching right now, like on Facebook, at the very bottom, there's a little link that says StreamYard. Click that link. Your name will show up on the stream. Very easy, very quick. But howdy, random Facebook user. Good to see you here. Hope you enjoy the show. Ask us any questions.
Could you imagine if they did that?
Oh, Cody Ray. What's going on, man? How you doing? Cody, I have to tell everybody. It's a weird thing because Facebook's stupid. So, like, they have to, like, instead of just putting your name on there, like, Twitch will show your name. YouTube will show their names. Facebook's like, one more step.
Could you imagine if they all did that, though? Like, if someone comments to, like,
God.
YouTube account or something.
Do you know how,
like...
That'd be so frustrating.
It would be very frustrating.
Oh, dear Lord. Ramon from Hit or Miss TV will not be joining us today, and neither will Monte. Ramon's busy, and Monte is doing work until 8 o'clock. But that's okay, because we have the man, the myth, the legend, Seth Draven.
I don't know what that was, but...
Spirit hands. Oh, man. You ready to get this shit show going?
Yep.
All right. And for anybody who doesn't know, Seth Draven is actually my son. I don't just hang out with teenagers randomly.
I think it's funny that you bring that up because I don't think in any live stream you've ever clarified that before. Like we've done how many of these live streams? Like a lot.
Yeah.
And now you're waiting until now to clarify that I'm actually your kid.
Yeah, I just don't talk to random kids on the internet and bring them onto my fun show. Come on, kid, let's join. Okay, I'm going to edit that out. Well, no, we're live.
Well, you can't. You're live.
All right. Well, anyway, Seth is my kid. Everything's fine here. Nothing to see here. Jesus Christ. What are we going to talk?
It wasn't.
All right. Also, before we actually get started, if you do, you feel free to comment in the comments. That's a little redundant. Ask us questions. Give us your opinions about our topics, or maybe bring up some ideas that you have that we haven't brought up. Also, if you're driving and listening to us through audio and you're like, oh, man, I really want to say something, but I can't text right now, you can give us a call. You can give us a call live on the show at 740-527-3447. Don't be a douche when you call. Let's keep it fun. But there's kids on here, man. Come on. What are you doing? Is that...
All the numbers, a phone number.
I don't speak sign language, son. Is that considered sign language? All right.
Sure.
Okay. Well, this is turning into a shit show already. Speaking of shit shows, Johnny Depp took the stand today.
Oh, that's a transition.
Yeah.
And how did it go?
Did. Well, have you read anything about him taking a stand?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Well,
I have no idea what's going on here. I know obviously they're in court and I know why they're in court, but I have no idea what's actually happening in court.
Well, yes, they are in court. Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for defamation, $50 million suit, saying that she falsely accused him of, pretty much just being a wife beater, and the judge literally called him a wife beater to his face. At the judge in UK. This is where I wish Ramon was here, because if Ramon was here, he would actually go into more depth. Ramon hated that case and hated that judge, and he actually could go into it really deep. But we did talk about it a few weeks ago. Ramon did give his opinion there, so please check that out. But he came on. He came on stand. He said nothing of the kind ever happened. Depp said in court, obviously in response that he was a wife abuser. I'm just going to kind of skim through this a little bit. There's not too lot, but there's a decent amount. And basically, Depp said, "I am obsessed with the truth. So today is actually my first opportunity that I've been able to speak about this case." See, he goes on. When asking about his relationship at the beginning of the relationship with Amber Heard, he said it was attentive. She was loving. She was smart. She was kind. She was funny. She was understanding. We had many things in common, certain blues music, literature, so on and so forth. But Depp said within a year and a half, it was as if Heard had become another person. Now, this all kind of came into show. Seth, can you check the comments, please? All this kind of came into the show. She's had a couple of people speak. Obviously, this is Johnny Depp's case, so he's had a couple people speak for him, but she's had some pretty big hits, and we're talking her assistant has come out and said, I never saw any of these scars. I never saw any of the physical attributes that would go into a physically abusive relationship. And there's been a couple of accounts. Johnny Depp's sister, same thing, said she never saw anything, but she's a sister, so that could go either way. Basically, it seems like so far, this is leaning towards the favor of Johnny Depp, which is a very hard feat. If you would have told me at the beginning that it would have been going this way, I would not have agreed. I would have said, no, this is not how this is going to go. Johnny Depp is going to lose this case, and when he does, he's going to be out of Hollywood forever. He'll be done. Yeah. But if he wins this case, Amber Heard will be out. One of these two were leaving, and
that's.
What are your thoughts on this, Seth? Overall, you're a young man. You have fresher eyes. You're not really attached to one or the other as much as I or people my age are attached to Johnny Depp. What's your thoughts on all this? Your opinion of how this is going to pan out?
My opinion has changed a lot, because a year ago I would have come on here and been like, oh, well, Johnny Depp is 100% innocent. Amber Heard is the one that isn't innocent. But we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we have heard. I think it's even brought up here in the comments somewhere. It's been there's been audio clips of Amber Heard admitting to hitting him before, and there hasn't been any proof that we have seen for the other way around. Though we'll see. The court knows a lot more than we do, and the court
knows is a big word. The court has been told a lot more than we realize. But
okay,
you got to remember, all this stuff is being filmed. Jimbo points out, he just finished watching him on trial today, and he came off as a crybaby. See, unfortunately, I was at work all day. Well, not unfortunately, I get paid, so fortunately, I was at work today. But I didn't get. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see this. I wanted to watch some of the trial, but to get that vibe. Yeah. So I didn't get to see if he was a crybaby or not. So Jimbo, do you think he came off as a whiny little bitch, or do you think he actually had some real reasons? Maybe going through all this, his entire name's been completely spit on. He's afraid to go out in public. So maybe he has a right to be a crybaby right now. You know what I mean? Keith November chimes in. He says there was some audio where Heard straight up said she would. Oh, that's what you were talking about, Seth. She would lie about Depp hitting her. Yeah. And didn't she? I don't want to say that I know this, but I feel like I've read this somewhere that she had another case that she was proven to lie about, another physical case.
I've heard about this. I don't know much about it, but I have heard about that before.
Facebook user, which I'm assuming is Cody Ray. isn't he being punished for his past still, or has he really cleaned up? I'm not sure what you mean. Like being punished for his past still. Like, I mean, if you did something and you haven't been punished for it, I mean, he has been punished for it. He got found guilty in the case. This is him trying to rectify that, him trying to correct that. Like, listen, I get found guilty, but I'm suing you, Amber, for lying and getting me in trouble. So like that's kind of where we're at right now.
I mean, who knows how long this is going to take too. Like this could take a while to kind of resolve, but I'm pretty sure this is the last case with this. So whenever this ends, this will be the end of it. Yeah. Finally. So like you said earlier, one of them is going.
Yep.
Like if Amber Heard loses, she's out. If Johnny Depp loses, he's 100% out.
Right. And I don't know what team I'm on.
Is.
I don't
like saying I'm on a team. I have it more like, in me to like want Johnny Depp to win, because I've always liked Johnny Depp movies. Of like, Jack Sparrow. I've always loved Pirates of the Caribbean, but like, I don't know what is happening.
And I've always liked the Cosby Show.
Exactly. You never know. Like, we don't know, so it's hard for me to pick a side.
Right, and that's the hardest part about all of this is that people want to take a character that an actor that plays characters that they love, one being one character or multiple characters. They like to take that actor and like put them and hold them in that same regard as that character. They don't like to look at the person who playing that actor or playing that character as a monster, and that's what Johnny Depp is being portrayed as. But in his defense, she is the only one that has ever come out, and even past girlfriends, Winona Ryder being one of them, saying, "No, he's had he's had substance abuse issues, but I've never had an issue with domestic violence with him." Keith chimes in and says, "I don't think either should have their career wiped. I think if they petition for a role and actually are best fit, they should still get the role." Yeah, that's in a perfect world, Keith. I can see where you want to say that, but when you start thinking about business and like Warner Brothers, is this person being in my movie going to hurt people coming to see this movie? And if they think that, then that's why they won't get hired. This is why it could affect. I mean, look what already happened to Johnny Depp. Pirates of the Caribbean, fired. The new Harry Potter
Beasts.
Thank you. Fantastic Beasts movies, fired because of his image, because they don't want somebody in their movie that's could possibly hurt their sales. That's the bottom line issue here. It's not because, oh man, you were found guilty. Well, you're a bad man and I don't like you. No, it's like you're costing me money and this is show business. See ya. That's the bottom line of it.
I know. And a lot of people never point this out. When Disney fired him, it was as soon as the allegations came out. They didn't wait. Allegations came out. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're gone. Yeah. WB, though, they actually waited until the first trial was over. It was when he lost the first case. That's when they fired him from this.
Right.
So,
yeah,
I kind of get that. Like, you don't want that in your movie. We know
that WB has a uncanny way of just letting their actors get away with things for a little while anyway. So, but they almost even wasn't it Walter Hamada who went on stand? Yeah, Walter Hamada went on stand in this case, in this trial, and spoke out against Amber Heard, saying we almost fired her. She was this close. Like, yeah, they were very close to getting rid of her.
Yeah, right.
If it came down to the fact that she won that case is why she didn't get fired.
I've been hearing about this case for years. I'm kind of ready to just for it to end. Whatever happens, like
I'm just ready for the truth to come out. That's all.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, and if I'm ready for it to end, I'm ready to know what happened, and I'm ready to just whatever happened, just move on from this.
Right. If it takes Johnny Depp having to do this, why do you think he wants to do this case? If he wasn't, I don't want to say it. If he wasn't confident that he could win, he wouldn't have done this. His name's already been drugged through the mud. He could have just ran into a hole and stayed there and let dust settle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's taking a chance here. He's taking a big chance to lose even more. And I don't know, that might speak volumes. Jimbo, I'm kidding. I just wanted to make a funny reference. He came off likable and genuine. It's like, it's looking great in his face. Oh, okay. When you called him a crybaby. Fair. All right. I got you. And let's see. Speaking of Warner Brothers and letting actors get away with things, Ezra Miller got arrested today. Oh, did he now? You know what? Seth, can you breaking news, everybody. We have breaking news as soon as I can find it. I really like to use that when we can.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Jimbo, for bringing that up, because this literally had just, or I don't know what time it happened today, but I didn't know about it until right before we started this.
It was about, the news dropped about 30 minutes before I joined.
Yep.
Is when the news actually dropped.
So we were able to get a link up really quick. Yeah, Ezra Miller, this dude. This is it. This is strike 3. Right?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
This is strike 3. He's done.
In Hawaii. Strike 3 in Hawaii. What about that other incident that happened a couple years ago? This is strike 3 in the last month or so.
Yeah, so strike 1, and we'll pull that up and read about it here in just a second. Strike 1 being, like, he slammed that woman to the ground, that fan that wanted to go up and give him a hug, or I don't know, slap his ass. I don't know what the hell she was doing.
Could you imagine? Like, I feel bad saying this, but like, could you imagine like walking up to a celebrity and be like, "Oh my God, I love you," and then they just like slam you to the ground? Like,
all right, well,
like,
screw that guy. All
yeah,
right.
like, what are you gonna like? I don't know. It's just a crazy thing. But yeah.
All right. So he's been arrested again. That was strike 1 when he slammed a woman to the ground. Strike 2 is when he that's that recent thing in Hawaii, and that's like a strike
specific.
2. That's like a strike 2.5, yeah, because that's an umbrella situation. A whole bunch of things happened there. He slammed the microphone out of a woman's hand for singing karaoke. He got into a fight with a guy playing darts. Some random people let him stay the night for a couple of weeks or days, I don't know, and he threatened to kill them
after robbing them,
and then had multiple police reports against him in the 2-week period that he was there. And so that's 2. That's the second one. We're just gonna wrap that all into one situation, and part 3 would be the this situation here, which we'll talk about. And I'm actually not exactly sure what happened, so I'm kind of reading this live with you. Ezra Miller arrested in Hawaii. Get him out of Hawaii, first of all.
He's just terrorizing an entire island, like, for fun.
He's like, oh my gosh. Ezra Miller arrested in Hawaii, this time for allegedly throwing a chair that hit a woman. Jesus. This is like petty. This is like 4-year-old shit. I mean, that's okay. That's all we need. That's all there is. But like,
yeah,
it's simple. Like, even Rolling Stone's like, God, just make a quick article about it. Like, yeah, he's second degree. He's being taken in for second degree assault after an incident at a resident in, how do you say it? Peho.
I'm not sure. I saw someone say that Ezra Miller has more mugshots than he does appearances as the Flash.
That's good. I like that one. That's not true.
It's yeah.
All right, let's see here. Cody Ray, Ezra thinks he can do whatever he wants. Yeah, Cody, he does, but at the same time, this is mental health, like screaming for help. Like, that's what this is. And I know it's sad. Here we're laughing at it. We're just laughing uncomfortably at the situation.
Yeah,
we really are. But like, honestly, there's a bigger story here that really needs to be rectified, and that's mental health. Mental health needs to be rectified in this issue. And I a week ago, I would have said Warner Brothers, or I did say Warner Brothers, take a chance, help him through this. get him the help that he can get. Now I don't have faith they'll do that. I think Warner Brothers, especially with Discovery, the merger happening this week, it's just it's all bad. God, and it's like he had that highlighted moment at the Oscars where like Zack Snyder's Justice League won the fan vote, and like Ezra Miller's scene was what won, and like that was like their moment. Like Zack Snyder fans have been waiting years for that. Meanwhile, in Hawaii,
it was literally the next day.
No, it was that. Well, yes, the next day the news dropped, but it was that night that it happened. It was very unfortunate, and it really plays into mental health. I do believe this kid needs help, in whatever faction that is. So I hope he gets help, because I don't want to see this young actor go down this bad road and let it consume him. I mean, we've seen other actors do this. A prime example is Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr.'s career was done before he got the Iron Man role. They took a chance on him, and he came back. So maybe Ezra Miller could have a good comeback story. Hollywood loves a good comeback story. So.
I like the way you worded it the other day when I wasn't here, when Barry Keoghan got arrested. Warner Brothers stop hiring outlaws. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, how do you know you're hiring an outlaw if you don't know they're an outlaw when you hire them?
Yeah.
I'm not a big CW fan. Just give it to all Grant Gustin at this point. You know what, Jimbo? I listen, I don't necessarily agree with you. Grant Gustin, I think, needs to stay in the CW, or now that they're ending, just be done with it. I think at this point, if you're going to, I am not opposed to them just rebooting the entire Warner Brothers property. I hope they give it a shot and like try to revitalize the properties that already exist. I think that's what they're going to do. I would assume that's what they're going to do, because there's already so much on the table and so much already in production. But honestly, like, I'm just, when it comes to this case specifically, just recast them. Just recast. If you're not gonna invest your company time and money to course correct him and like help him through this, then just recast him. So that's what I
cannot remember if I said this before, but I can tell you what they would do if they were to take action on this. They're not gonna recast the character. What they're gonna do is they're gonna find a way to write Barry Allen out, and then they'll bring in like Wally West or something. So they'll leave the door open for Ezra Miller to come back someday. It's the same reason they didn't have Idris Elba playing Deadshot in James Gunn's Suicide Squad. They brought in a brand new character, leaving the door open for Will Smith to come back.
Very, very good point. I like that better. See, this is why I like this kid. This is why I have him on the channel. Well, that and like he's related to me and stuff. Aaron White, will Ezra Miller be banned from Hawaii for 10 years? Are they going to give him the Will Smith treatment?
If Ezra Miller gets banned, he's just going to go to Alaska or something and just start terrorizing people there. Like,
I love the way
I feel bad laughing. Like,
I do too. But when you say terrorizing, I keep imagining like him as a Godzilla type of being.
Just imagine Ezra Miller like running around with a knife, just like a crazy person. Just exactly.
All right. Okay, we're gonna take one more comment about Ezra Miller, and then we'll move on here. Jimbo, if Ezra gets fired, the only Justice League members we have left anyway are Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot. Or Gadot, however you want to say it.
I think it is Gadot, but Gadot sounds better.
It sounds better. So I agree with you. Well, for now, Jimbo, don't forget Discovery just recently absorbed Warner Brothers, and they made a clear statement this past week saying that Warner Brothers has completely shelved Superman and Batman. Like, we're not Batman, but Superman.
Yeah, not Batman at all, but
sorry, but specifically Superman, and I'll put it Ben Affleck's Batman. So like now they're wanting to like revitalize those characters. So hopefully we can actually start seeing like things that we want come to fruition.
Yeah.
That would be good. At least it seems like there's a clear plan there. And well, when you buy a business, you get all their dirty laundry too, and that's exactly what happened here. So now it's Discovery's problem. All right. So moving forward to our next topic. Seth, if you could bring up the next topic, please, while I get the image set up. All right. Go ahead and read that for me, Seth, please.
Todd McFarlane talks about the Spawn reboot again.
The Spawn reboot.
You
Okay.
know, do you know how old I was the first time I heard about this movie's existence?
How old?
Probably 9 or 10.
And how old are you now?
I'm turning 18 in June. And Todd McFarlane is... I mean, I don't know what he said, because you said he talks about it. I don't know what he said, so I'll let you read that first before I talk more about it.
All right. To give you guys some preface here, Todd McFarlane's been trying to get this Spawn reboot off the ground for a very, very, very long time. And like to the point, like every time he talks about it, he says it's right around the corner. Oh, you know, the Joker movie came out, and that's exactly what my Spawn movie is. And now people are looking at my script going, ooh, that's what we want. A movie just like Joker. And now I'm getting all these people wanting to make my movie. And then, well, it wasn't his fault. Pandemic happened. But even through the pandemic, he's like a little broken down. It's still coming. I lost some investors. I think I got it this time.
There's people cast in this movie. This
Jamie
movie has
Foxx,
2 people attached to it. Jamie Foxx and the king himself, Jeremy Renner, are both attached to star in this.
Dude, yeah, Cody Ray, I want to see it too, but there's a couple things. We'll dive into my concerns about it. Let me read this quote.
Yeah, let's read the quote.
Let me read the quote here. It says, Todd McFarlane talks Spawn reboot. Again. Something's going to give in the next few months, right? This is what I'm talking about. That right there. This is what he always says. It's just right around the corner, fellas. Something's going to give in the next few months, right? There's too many people pushing in that direction. Again, I've got a call later today on that very subject. It's like a car salesman. You can imagine Spider-Man makes $1 billion and everybody Everybody they were already crazy. Now they just got twice as crazy. Okay, I don't know what he was just saying.
What does Spider-Man have to do with this?
I think
your Spawn movie is not going to make $1 billion, Todd.
Well, we don't know that, but I will say this: this sounds like a man just desperate, because Spider-Man. So Spider-Man made $1 billion. So Spawn, yeah. So anyway, he continues. I mean, they got crazy when the only movies that were making money were superheroes, and then Venom goes and rocks it. And then Spider-Man comes and obliterates it. So now they're almost singular in their mindset of what kind of ideas they've got. So something has to happen. We'll never get to the top of the mountain if we can't do it now. With everybody wanting to do it now, fingers crossed, I would say it's now or never.
It's never is my guess.
Well, you've been saying that for a long time. But Todd McFarlane said that this comes from Bleeding Cool. I believe that's a magazine source there. Okay, so as I said, leading up to this, this is kind of the same thing that he's always been saying. He's always said it's just right around the corner. Oh, now people are knocking on my door. Oh man, because of X movie, they're hitting me up because they see my potential to have X movie success. This is rinse and repeat. That's what he's doing. But Cody Ray said he wants the Venom reboot, and so do I. Especially Todd McFarlane's concept. His concept of turning it into a very hard R. What was his quote about children, Seth? Do you remember?
He said he wanted them to like run out of the theater screaming and crying or something. Like,
right? That's the
this man is out for blood right now.
And you know what? He's done so good with that. Like even with his animation adaptations that were on HBO back in the day, that was a killer freaking show, man.
If I'm not mistaken, I think there are 2 more animated Spawn shows coming out. Like I think they're kind of rebooting that. I think one of them is for kids, and the other one is going to be like TVMA, like hard R. But yeah, they're both animated ones. Plus this movie, I'll say this: Jamie Foxx is actually good casting. Like I actually like that casting for Spawn. Jeremy Renner is an interesting casting, but I'm sure it can work.
I just don't like Jeremy Renner in leading roles.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people disagree with me on that one, but
he would be the leading role in this movie. It would not be Jamie Foxx as Spawn in the movie called Spawn. It would be Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, well, because he Yeah, because Todd McFarlane did say at one point in time this was not going to be a Spawn-focused movie.
Yeah, he'd be playing. Sorry, you go.
Spawn will be the nightmare in the shadows that you hear rumors about, the mythology, but he won't spend too much time on camera. And I actually like that concept. And he even wanted to change how he looked. Like you would never see him like running anywhere. Like his big mystical cape will actually be replaced with fog instead. Like, listen, it's his character. He can change him however he wants and evolve the character, and I'm 100% down with it. But God, can we get it? Can we see it come out? He just seems like a madman right now, just going to everybody like, "Will you buy my Spawn movie? Will you buy my Spawn movie? Will you produce it?" You know, and then he wants to direct it. This is the other thing that I'm scared about.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up.
He also wants to direct it. Todd McFarlane has no directing experience when it comes to live action that I know of. Seth,
IMDb.
Seth, you had a quote once you told me about what he said when it came to directing this movie that really concerned you. Do you remember?
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. Yeah, I remember people were asking him like, "Well, what do you want this movie to be like?" You know, and he went, "All I care about is I want Spawn to be cool looking." Not the thing, not the quote I want to hear from the director of the movie. Like, yeah, that can be a thing you want to do. Like, oh yeah, on top of this great story, I really want Spawn to look cool. But that sounds like Spawn looking cool is his main priority. Like, and I remember now he has another franchise going right now of a character that he created that's getting a movie trilogy, Venom.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him saying like, when he saw Venom, the only thing he cared about, the defining factor that would make the movie good or not, is if Venom was big. And he said, yeah, Venom was big, so the movie was great.
Like, when you say things like this, I keep imagining Harry from Dumb and Dumber. You know, like if he were to direct a Spawn movie, like, so what do you think Spawn should be in this movie? Cool. You're like, that's what I keep imagining. Jimbo says, I can't tell what's been stuck in development hell longer, the Spawn reboot or the live action adaptation of Akira produced by Leonardo DiCaprio.
You know, I don't know much about Akira,
yeah,
but I have heard about that, and I know it's been in development for a long time. I think at one point Taika Waititi was supposed to do that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he dropped out of it so he could do like Thor and his new Star Wars movie. So he's not attached to that one anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but I would even raise you even more and say this is the longest that Spawn has ever spent in hell, development hell.
Hold on. I want to see when this movie was announced. Let me see if I can find that.
It can't be any long. It cannot be longer than The Flash. The Flash was announced 9 freaking years ago.
I mean, no, it might actually be longer than that. Hold on. I'm just going to look at the...
Okay.
Where is it? In early 2015, so you're right. So this movie was announced in early 2015. The Flash was announced at the end of 2014. So The Flash has been in development longer, but
well, at least the movie's made now. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, the movie is... this is a disaster.
It is a disaster, but you know what? I'll give Tom McFarlane this. The dude's not giving up hope. He's not. Like he's still... This is how this movie's not going to die, is him keep doing this. Yeah, we sit here and laugh at him, and I laugh more because he's kind of copying and pasting what he said years ago. He's just changed the movies that are out at the moment to compare it to. You know, like he compared it to the Joker movie, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie before. Then now he's comparing it to Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, yeah, he's taking what he's always said and just changed a couple keywords in there. But Todd McFarlane's Spawn reboot potentially could get made. Very hard R. I don't know if Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner are still attached to it. I don't know. But do you guys want to? Do you guys want to see this? Let us know in the comments below. We're gonna move on here. Go ahead. You got one more thing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I throw something out there? You know, there's another character that I've always kind of associated with Spawn, even though they have nothing to do with each other at all. But like Hellboy. I want another Hellboy reboot. I'm just throwing that out there real quick. Like,
why? Okay, Hellboy reboot or the actual third Ron Perlman Hellboy?
Either one. Like, okay, preferably the third one, but that movie is never happening.
Yeah.
Like that movie will never happen.
I don't know.
So,
never say never. Never say never.
The only reason I'm saying never is because
Harrison Ford's going to be 80 years old before his next Indiana Jones movie come out. So never say never.
But the reason, do you know why Hellboy 3 is not made? Like, do you know the actual reasoning behind it?
No, go ahead.
Is the budget. The budget they needed for Hellboy 3 is more money than the second movie made at the box office. So they're not really willing to take that risk because, you know, Hellboy, people like the movies, but they weren't super, you know, box office success movies. So the second one, I'm pretty sure, made even less than the first one did. So they're not willing to take that risk for the third one.
Is Guillermo del Toro, is he not willing to, like, you know, change the script so it doesn't have to be that big of a budget?
They tried to work it out. From what I know, it was at one point like a $230 million budget. And then they worked it out, and the lowest that he wanted to get it, like the lowest he could get it in terms of how he wanted the movie to be, was $200 million, which is still like way more than they were willing to invest in. So I kind of get it, though it sucks that the movie's probably never going to happen. Yeah, I don't know. I was just throwing it out there. I really want a new Hellboy movie.
Yeah, well, if they reboot it, let's not reboot it and make it the same fucking thing again. That'd be good.
Exactly.
Yeah, so all right.
That's a topic for another time.
yes, it is. You know what movie I've been asking for a long time?
The Wonder Twins.
Minecraft movie.
The Minecraft movie.
The Minecraft live action movie. Not really, but apparently this movie's been like sitting on the shelf for a while. It's had quite a few actors attached to it. Listen, I don't play Minecraft. I don't know the first thing about Minecraft. Seth plays Minecraft.
I used to play Minecraft all the time. I actually played like 3 days ago, but I don't see how this could work. And more specifically, I don't see how this could work in live action. Because the whole, you know, the bare minimum thing to know about Minecraft is the blocky side of it, right? Everything is blocks.
Right, it's like 8-bit. Yeah.
How are you gonna do that in live action?
Without it, with also it being appealing to the audience at the same time.
Exactly.
Like, how am I going to get invested into this blocky character? I don't know. Maybe we should ask the creators of the Lego movie.
I mean, the Lego movie was good. Like, I'm not saying this movie can't be good. I'm just saying right now it's kind of hard to process this movie's existence.
And we're on the same page here. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we got Lego movies. Why not Minecraft? I'm not saying that Minecraft can't happen. Like, I'm maybe this movie comes out and it's incredible. I don't know. We'll see. But just reading this, it doesn't really make sense. And plus, the Lego movie wasn't live action, so like,
right.
This is live action.
Yeah, let me read this for you real quick. It's just a little breakdown. Jason Momoa set to star in a Minecraft movie. It's now been announced via THR. Who's THR? Do you know?
The Hollywood Reporter.
Thank you. That Momoa will lead the long in development Minecraft movie, which is currently set to be directed by Jared Hess, Napoleon Dynamite, which you loved Napoleon Dynamite, don't you, Seth?
I do like that movie quite a bit.
It is a good movie. I enjoy it too. It's one of those movies I enjoy every far and few between.
every like 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No details were given in terms of Momoa's character or how he will be portrayed in Minecraft, live action or otherwise. Other than Momoa and Hess, no other cast or crew announcements were made. It's still unknown what creative direction the film would take in bringing the block style game to life on the big screen. And this is from Screen Rant. Basically, this is the Crow reboot all over again. We know that Jason Momoa is attached. They had a director, and that's all we know about it. And then it fizzled out. So this movie could fall apart. It
definitely could, and it has multiple times before. Because I know there was just a few years ago, this movie was like, it had a release date, and Steve Carell was set to star in it. And then it just completely fizzled out. It's no news. I don't know. The thing is that this movie has to be made soon, and the only reason I say that is because WB does not own the license to Minecraft. They're being given the rights to make this movie, which I read I'm not sure 100% how true this is, but I think it is true. I read somewhere that the license to make this movie expires in January of 2023.
Oh,
So it has to start shooting by then. Otherwise, they just lose the license entirely. And then the studio that owns Minecraft will probably go to a different studio to get this movie made.
right.
But-
Yeah, especially since WB was sitting on it for a long time.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know much about the game. Aesthetically speaking, it doesn't look appealing to be a movie, but they could change that up. They could change that up in any creative way. But it's a video game. How well are game movies? How well have they done? You know, like Sonic is like one good example. You know, like
Yeah, I think they're getting there though. Like I think they're on their way to finding, like, as Cody Leach worded it I watched his video the other day, the right balance between enough fan service for the people who've actually played the game, as well as enough to please the audience that has not played the game.
right.
You know, I think they're on their way to finding that balance.
And
you know, whether it's Minecraft that does it,
Right.
who knows?
Yeah, I was about to ask, do you think Minecraft will be that one? You know, it's the golden child of the game, video game adaptations.
I don't know.
We have.
Mhm.
Sorry, no, you go ahead. I was going to bring up a different question.
I think this movie is clearly changing direction, though. I know you haven't really been paying attention to the Minecraft movie, but like,
No.
I've been kind of invested in this movie for a while. Not because I'm excited for it, just because is it ever going to get made? And because a few years ago they even announced what the plot was, and it sounds like they've scrapped it because the plot was talking about a female lead.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, Jason Momoa is not a female, so. So it sounds like they might have been scrapping that idea. Either that, or the original plot had something about an old man. Maybe Jason Momoa is playing the old man, but
poor guy.
not that he's old. Steve Carell was playing the old man before, and he's not like a 80-year-old. So like,
Jason Momoa is younger than me, I think.
I don't think
if he's
so.
playing an old man, that's just going to piss me off.
I don't think he's younger than you.
No, you don't think so?
I'm going to look up how old he is.
He might not be younger than me. I just kind of.
He's 42.
So.
He's
okay.
42.
Okay, he's 3 years older than me. All right. Random Facebook user says, which comic book character hasn't made a live action debut but deserves one? I can only venture to say there's a galaxy of them.
There's a lot of them.
Taking a look at your comic books.
Yep. I don't have an exact answer for you, but I have a character that I think needs to be revitalized because they haven't been in anything live action in decades, and that's the Mask.
Yes, that's the Mask. I do agree with that. Now, listen, I don't read comic books, so like this one's not really a question for me. I'll just say, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the characters. I'm just not into the comic books, but the Mask. I definitely love that character. Oh man, and the Mask belongs in its own property, right? Like it doesn't belong to DC or Marvel.
It's part of Dark Horse Comics, which
Dark Horse. Okay.
Dark Horse does a lot of. Dark Horse has done Hellboy as well, but it's not like one universe. Like the Mask and Hellboy aren't in the same universe,
right? Logical Robot says, quick flashback, FYI, Hellboy made 70 million more than the first movie made.
Yeah, I said it made less. I guess I was wrong on that one, but
they
still aren't willing to invest $250 million into a third movie.
They're still not willing to invest more than what the second movie made, is what you're trying to get at, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Logical Robot. I appreciate that correction there. Okay. So Jason Momoa cast in Minecraft live action movie. Neat. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm not going to judge you for it. Definitely not my thing.
Which one sounds more appealing to the audience? Jason Momoa's Minecraft or Chris Pratt's Mario? Which one are you more excited to see?
Mario, because at least looking at the character doesn't seem exhausting.
At least Mario's not live action. Like it's not going to be Chris Pratt running around in blue overalls just going Yahoo.
I just can't wait for the backlash when he comes out with that Italian accent and they're like, he's not Italian.
But the thing is that Mario in literally all of history has only been voiced by an Italian person one time.
Shh.
Once in history,
we
and it
can't
was in the failed 80s cartoon.
You can't rage out about this stuff, Seth, if you bring up facts like this. Uh-oh. Stephen Allen with a V. Is that Ramon?
It might be. I don't know. I'm gonna check really quick.
Oh no.
I'm gonna see who this is.
If it is, I'm gonna send him a link. That means he's awake. Here, give me a second here, guys.
It's Chase Gilroy.
Oh, Chase. Hi, Chase. Never mind. I mean, I love you too, Chase. My hero. Yeah, sorry, Chase, but if you want to have your name show up on the thing, you got to click the StreamYard link in the video. It's a weird thing Facebook makes you do, but nobody else. Can we just appreciate this production quality for 1 second? My goodness. Okay. All right. We'll just get that off there with my 17-year-old son. Hi, son. How are you?
Hi.
All right. So now that we have the Jason Momoa, I was going to bring up, we have the Blair Witch Project reboots in work. Let me bring this up real quick and just give you a breakdown of what I could find. It says Sneeder tweets, which he's going to take on the venture of the Blair Witch Project.
I think it's pronounced Snyder. I could be wrong.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't like it either, but I think it sounds better than Sneeder. Maybe it is Sneeder, though. I don't know.
I'm going to call him Sneeder Snyder. Sneeder Snyder tweets, start prepping those pitches, genre scribes, because it sounds like Lionsgate is ready to venture back into the woods again with another Blair Witch project, since good IP is never truly dead in the streaming age. Okay.
Oh, so it's going to be a streaming thing.
Okay. Well, okay. See, that right there, just, it sounds like a car salesman for video on demand, like in the 90s, like, oh, well, why go to the theater when you can just get your movies at the theater store and take them home? You don't have to go to the movie theaters. Why would you want to do that? That's ridiculous. Because the quality that usually goes into the VODs and the streaming are not as great as quality or high as budget as your basic theatrical event. Okay, so Seth, you don't know much about the Blair Witch Project.
No, I don't know much about it.
Okay. See, this movie, when it came out, it grabbed me. I was a sucker for it. 100%. I watched all the extra footage they put out, all the fake documentaries that we didn't know were fake at the time. And I went into this movie knowing this was a real found footage movie, and it scared the living hell out of me. It did. And then when I found out that it was all fake and we all got punked, I felt like an idiot. But the thing about this movie is I don't know how you can capture that magic again. I'm not exactly sure how you could do it. And, I mean, even reintroducing it to a new age, like someone like your age, Seth, I don't know how you can grab your attention and have you get the same feeling that I did when you know that this movie's a movie. You know what I mean? Like it's they can't punk you twice on the same bit. So what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, like I said, I don't know much about it, but I feel like they could find some potential in here somewhere, whether they make it a found footage movie or not. Yeah. Maybe they'll ditch that idea, even though I know it's the whole thing, but maybe they'll ditch that. And you know what? We want to do something completely different. We want to revitalize the franchise in a completely new way. Maybe they'll go that route with it. I don't know, but I have no reason to think this, but I'm getting vibes that this is just going to be a cheap rehash of the original one. Yeah,
and Cody Ray says, I don't think we need a Blair Witch reboot.
You see, I read that when he first commented it, and I was thinking to myself, if I bring it up, I'm going to pronounce it like that. And then I thought, no, that'd be rude.
Well, where you fail, I pick up. No, Seth has to, let me just clarify something here. Seth has to come into the live stream before we actually go live and go through and fix all my spelling errors. I constantly misspell shit. So no judgment here, Cody. All right. I just thought reboot would sound really funny.
It's almost as funny as Sneeder.
Snyder. Logical Robot. It will turn out like the wrong turn reboot. Terrible. Well, reboot, remake. That's a good question. Logical robot. I don't know. I mean, reboot, remake. Honestly, how could they reboot this? Let's be creative here. How could they reboot Blair Witch Project without trying to tell the same story? You know, like I'm not exactly sure. Random Facebook user says Blair Witch has no potential to being horrifying. If
It has such potential.
Sorry. It has such potential to be horrifying. If it is done right, it will give us that claustrophobic experience as well as the utter loneliness of the wilderness. Honestly, I like it more if it was one person instead of a group, like the original or follow-up. Yeah. But the thing that made the Blair Witch Project so successful was the fact that we thought it was real. We didn't, the majority of us, like, we had suspicions, and I had friends who were like, you really falling for this? You know, like, yeah, but like the majority of the audience really thought it was a real thing that they were actually getting involved into.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can capture that. Now, if there's a way to redo this movie, how would you think they could redo it to breathe new life into it, to reboot it without copying, pasting the same concept? Now, I get what the Facebook user here is saying, you know, give you that claustrophobic experience and utter loneliness of the wilderness, but you can do that with any movie and not call it Blair Witch Project. Blair Witch Project sets up an expectation. You know, it sets up something that, you know, like, hey, I'm going to go see this Blair Witch Project because I know what to expect from a Blair Witch movie. You know, you can get a claustrophobic experience with utter loneliness from anywhere. So, like, what is going to make it Blair Witch, but also revitalize what it had done before? Because it hasn't had success. It's sequels, it's remakes or reboots that it's done before. It's never captured that first essence. So that's my main concern. Gilroy Vlogs, which I'll be on one of his channels on Thursday, Garage Bands Live, which he runs. I'll be playing some music there this Thursday. Blair Witch or live action movies like that aren't really scary anymore. Right. That's what I mean. That one and done, sort of like, it was scary once. The lost footage, that type of stuff. Now, but then you can have lost footage movies and you can be exhausted by them. Be like, okay, well, I'm done with, like, Paranormal Activity, lost, like, that kind of, not really lost footage, but camcorder type of thing. And so how can you revitalize that situation? I have an idea. I do have an idea. And that would almost be like, kind of play into the fact that it wasn't real. You know, that kind of fourth dimension, like what Wes Craven did with Freddy Krueger in The New Nightmare. You know, they went this fourth dimensional route. You know, maybe if they can introduce us into a world where we know it's fantasy and they're kind of not taking themselves seriously in that sense, and kind of put it in that aspect. You're still keeping, like, show the behind the scenes of making this movie, but something happens to the people that are behind the scenes making the movie. You know, that's I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say here? Just, Wes Craven did with The New Nightmare. Kind of do this fourth dimensional wall break, and it will hold true to what a Blair Witch Project movie is, while also breathing a little bit of new life into it. And that's just my opinion. That's just what I can put on the table as a way to continue this franchise or to reboot this franchise. Logical Robot says, such movies worked best as an initial one-off experience, aka Paranormal Activity 1. Yes, but then you have Paranormal Activity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many Paranormal Activity movies are there?
I don't know. I've never seen them, but
I haven't either.
That's because curious. I don't like movies like that. Not because I think they're scary. It's because I have a hard time with their fantastical element. I like hardcore slashers, but like when it comes to a movie trying to be realistic, Blair Witch got the closest that it could. Paranormal Activity just raises a lot of questions for me. Like, why would they? Well, we're not going to dive into that right now.
There's 7 Paranormal Activity movies.
Right, exactly. And Blair Witch should have stayed with one. Paranormal Activity should have stayed with one. There's nothing wrong with being one and done. You know, there really isn't. Yeah. But people seem to think, well, if you don't have a franchise, then you don't have a movie. You know, like that. I don't think that's quite how it works. But I do think if you're creative enough, you could breathe new life into it. So, Cody Ray, the first one was amazing. Yeah, when I saw that thing in theaters, I shit you not, I was scared when I went home. Like I went home, I laid in bed, and I sat there with the covers over me, like, oh god, what was that? What was that? You know, like that was me. That's just how I enjoy movies. I really get immersed into them, and they got me. They got me good. Now, or maybe, okay, here's another idea. Not a full. I don't have like a full idea here, but like maybe they can redo it in such a way where they do punk us again, but not in the same way. Like they're like. What if, okay, you know how there's movies that like have curses, you know, they call them the movie curse, you know, like bad things happen, you know, behind the scenes. What if they do something like that? Like come out with fake fucking things about this actor got injured on set. Oh no, is this movie cursed? This director got, you know, whatever, impaled by something, you know, like, is he okay? You know, like it might be a little extreme, but like, I'm just trying to think of creative ways to revitalize this franchise by punking people.
Before you said that idea, I was like, well, people are going to be onto it though. Like people are going to know that they're being pranked or whatever. But that could work. That concept could work.
Right. Make it seem like
when the movie
production that's cursed. Yeah.
But when the movie actually comes out, will people like the movie? Will it have been worth it?
That's up to Lionsgate. That's up to the producers of the movie and how they, the quality they put into it and how well the story is. You know, that's up to them. Who knows? You can ask that question about any movie.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. Lionsgate, Blair Witch reboot in works. We'll see. There's ideas. They have plenty of writers out there, and maybe if they listen to people who are coming up with other ideas, maybe a true fan is remaking this. We don't actually know. We'll see. To me, I think it's dead, but they never say never, right, Seth?
Yep.
Never say never.
Never say
again.
Never.
Harrison Ford's about to turn 80 years old, and Indiana Jones is going to be released when he's 80. So
okay, but that's not a budget problem.
Is it not?
No, it's not. Actually, he was injured like 3 times while filming.
Right. Do you know how much money it takes to make these movies with these older actors just to like help them through because they're older? Hell, maybe that's why Hellboy's budget is so big. It's because, you know, Ron Perlman's 70 years old.
Okay, well, Ron Perlman wasn't 70 years old 15 years ago when he made the other 2.
I know, that's why I'm saying this is why the third one's budget would be big. All right, so that's down, out of the way. You know what other movie I've been dying to see?
Yeah, man.
Wonder Twins activate in form of a movie. They found
best comic book characters in history.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie and pretend like I know anything about the Wonder Twins because I actually don't. Besides that little quote, "Wonder Twins activate," I know very little about these characters. Besides that, they've never really been taken too seriously.
And for good reason. Like,
and what reasons are those? Enlighten us.
They're 2 twins, of course, one guy, one girl. And the girl actually has some cool powers. She can turn into any animal she wants to. The guy,
like Beast Boy, or
like Beast Boy. It's kind of a cool power.
Yeah.
Well, not in Titans. No, he only turns into a tiger in that. But
sorry, Teen Titans Go. How about that?
There you go. Yeah, it turns into anything there. Yeah, the guy can turn into water. And I don't mean like use water like, you know, Mera or Aquaman does. I mean he turns into water. And more specifically, a bucket of water. Like he doesn't.
So he turns into a bucket and water inside the bucket.
I think so. Yeah,
they're not going to do it. They're not going to do that. That's not how they're going to play this off.
Now,
that's not. How
is this going to be a kids movie? Like if they came out and said this movie is rated PG, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. But if they're actually going to try and sell this movie, they're like, oh yeah, this movie's PG-13. We want to get it out there to audiences. Like, do you? Do you want to get it out there to audiences?
All right. So here we go. The Wonder Twins. The Wonder Twins cast their heroes. Riverdale star KJ Apa and 1883 actress Isabel May have nabbed the alien siblings lead roles in the Wonder Twins, a live-action DC comedy for HBO Max. Does comedy make you feel a little bit better, Seth?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, a little bit. Nothing is going to make me care about this movie unless the trailer ends up being like incredibly good. But up until that point, this movie's not going to win me over. I promise. Like, anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine. I can understand. Like, I have no excitement for this, but you might be right. They might actually have a like this might be more towards children. There's not too much children's content on HBO Max right now. This could kind of lead that off. Isn't maybe I could be wrong about this. Is the new are they making a new what's that called? Like Lava Girl? I can't remember.
Oh, are you thinking of Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Thank you. Aren't they making? Is that an HBO thing? HBO Max thing? That's in pre-production.
That's a Netflix thing, I think.
Oh, Netflix. Oh,
and I think you might. I don't know what you're thinking of. Like, I know what you mean. I know you meant Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I don't know if there's anything coming with them though. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to the hit.
Well, I thought I heard that it was going to come out, and I was mistaken. I thought maybe it was going to be on.
Maybe
HBO
they've been guest starring in Netflix movies, so who knows? Maybe they will come back. Anyway, it's not HBO Max.
All right. So anyway, Wonder Twins cast their heroes. This comes to us from Deadline. Exciting news there.
I love the Wonder Twins. You know what's bad when even Teen Titans Go makes them a joke. Like the whole point of Teen Titans Go is that the whole show is just a big joke. They're even more of a joke in that show. Like the characters make fun of them. Like,
oh, okay. You know what? I could see where they could go this. I mean, this is a comedy. It says, Monte, which Monte is one of our new guests on the show. He joins us every now and again. He says Wonder Twins powers activate in form of a good writer.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you can take any property and if you write it well, you direct it with passion, boom, you have yourself a good movie. You know, that passion and love will come across if it's done correctly. So yeah, you're absolutely right. In form of a good writer.
You know, I'm just thinking, like, what if for some reason, like, what if the first time we watch Wonder Twins is me and you watch it together, and we watch it and we go, that was incredible. A movie hasn't made me feel like this since I saw like Infinity War or like Zack Snyder's Justice League or something. Like,
I know. Yeah. Oh, dude, it would be hashtag Wonder Twins. Put Wonder Twins in the DCEU immediately.
I need a Wonder Twins trilogy. I need a prequel series. I need I need a sequel series set like 20 years in the future. I need everything. Yep, spin-off. I need them both to get their individual movies. Even though the powers don't work without the other.
Listen, okay. First of all, I don't think they're gonna stick to this bucket of water, and that raises a whole.
There's no way they do that.
Well, okay, I don't understand. What am I missing? Like, what's he do when he's water?
I don't know. I think you could like pick up the bucket, and, like splash it. Like the character's a joke. Like,
who the hell wrote this? Like, why does the girl turn into any creature that she wants to? He gets a bucket of water. Man, what a jip. There's no way. There's no way. They're totally gonna revamp that. There's no way that they're gonna try to pull that off. They might use it as a bit.
I was gonna say they either revamp it or the whole movie is just a parody of itself.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are the only two options. Like, there's no way they're gonna make the bucket of water thing and try and make us take it seriously. Yeah. Like, that's
but if they do try to take the movie seriously, I guarantee there'll be a bit about the bucket of water. I guarantee that.
Yeah, probably.
They'll have a joke in there, much like in like the Incredible Hulk when Banner and Edward Norton's Banner needs new pants. She throws purple stretchy pants at him. And he goes, no way. Like something like that. That's what I'm imagining.
I've actually always liked references like that.
Oh yeah,
like,
of course. Who doesn't?
And even though like the Hawkeye show wasn't great, there was like the diner scene where Kate was like trying to come up with a new costume for him, and she drew the classic like costume that he debuted in, and he was like, that's not gonna work. Like, I don't know, I just like little things like that. I don't know. It's cool.
Of course. When a product can make fun of itself a little bit, then you're having fun with the audience.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Wonder Twins movie. Seth, can you get rid of that banner, please, and bring up the next one while I get the screen up? All right. Thor: Love and Thunder trailer talk. All right. the trailer, the long-awaited trailer has dropped, and we got just a snippet. It's a snippet of what's going to happen in that movie. Give me a second here. Let me get
not too much.
No, but let's see what we can break down here. And I'm pretty sure, Seth, let me know if you can hear this.
No, I can't hear it.
All right, cool.
There's a classic costume. Hold on, I just saw that.
When he's an adolescent. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They show him as a kid, and then, damn it, goddamn tree. Yeah, there you go. There's your classic.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, of course, yeah. Nice little nod. Thor running in his classic costume here. Thor emerging from the fire, he's still looking a little depressed there. Okay, so I'm going to take this screen in and out because I don't want YouTube to take down the video. Obviously, this movie will introduce Thor from the result of Endgame. And they do have a little shot in here, which we'll bring up a little later, of him. Like, he's still Thorbowski, still the fat Thor, and he's working off the...
Oh, 80s montage workout. 80s workout montage. That's...
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's totally what's happening.
I don't know if you watched my trailer reaction to it, but I called this 80s the movie. Like, that's what this is.
I saw that.
Yeah, I noticed that my music was a little too loud in the beginning, but oh well.
I didn't even notice, but...
Good. Good. All right, so moving on. This is only a 90-second trailer, which I think is a little bit of this trailer goes a long way. Obviously, Thor's gone through some stuff, dude. Like, we're gonna get a very emotional journey with Thor. Like, probably the biggest character development of any of the MCU characters is Thor so far. We've watched this guy go from a god to a fat, depressed, beer drinking gamer. You know, like, and now he's on the other side of that. Now he's no longer a god. Well, he still is a god, but no longer a superhero, and he's no longer a beer drinking gamer. Like, he has to recreate himself, and he has to find out who he really is. That's basically what this movie is.
Yeah. I'll throw this out there. It looks good, like, visually. Like,
of course. I mean, Taika Waititi, man. Like, I have full faith in Taika Waititi.
And this is actually, I don't know if you'll know what this means, but this is the first movie to shoot in what they're calling the volume. The volume is like a new way of kind of filming movies. It's kind of replacing green screen. Look up the volume movies and just like look at a picture of it. I'm pretty sure it's only been used a couple times before.
I think I know what you're talking about. If you can find something on that and send it to me, and I'll bring it up on the screen here.
I'll send it to you on Messenger if you want me to.
Right. Yeah, it's fine. But here he is. There's his workout montage, and I didn't catch it, but later I saw some other people caught it. Do you know what his hat says here, buddy?
Strongest Avenger. Yeah, I saw someone point that
Avenger. Out. And I also noticed when I was watching this, he resembles Forrest Gump when Forrest Gump was running. You know, and he had been running for like a year, and like
yeah, he does. Hold on, I'm sending this picture to you.
I'm kind of tired. Think I'll go home now.
There you go. I just sent it to you.
All right, cool, thanks. So, I
like that outfit quite a bit. The Star-Lord outfit.
Yeah.
Like that one. I think that does look really good with like the arm plates on it and stuff, or the shoulder plates.
And he looks good. Chris Pratt looks good. He looks like he's back in shape. You know, he was a little chunky in that last one, or one of the Guardians movie, and they kind of made fun of him for it because he was nowhere near as ripped as he was in the first one. Do you know who these blue people are?
Nope.
Okay.
No idea.
Not a clue. All right.
There's a certain shot in here somewhere.
Here we go. Now look at this shot.
Yeah, this is where people are theorizing. Hold on. People are theorizing, like, if there's a third person in this shot. But I want to point this out. What are Korg's pants? Like, what is that? What is he wearing there?
I told you, 80s the movie. That's what that is. You would think I'm crazy, but I swear to God, your grandmother wore those same pants when she was an aerobics trainer in the 80s. I promise you. I'm going to take this video down just for a second. We'll bring it back up again. I'm just trying to appease the YouTube gods. Monte says Christian Bale prepares for a role by killing real Thor of mythology.
You know, I keep forgetting that Christian Bale is in this movie.
Well, they didn't show him in the trailer.
Yeah, but like it just doesn't seem like something he would do. Just because he's come out multiple times and say I'm never doing another comic book movie. He did The Dark Knight, and now he said he was done. And it's one of two things that got him in this movie. It's either the script was so good he was like, this is it, this is the one I need to do, or Marvel money talks. And part of me thinks it's the second one. But
no. I don't. I disagree with the. This makes me excited for to see Christian Bale and see what he's going to do. I was listening to John Campia today, and he actually said that he predicts that this is Gore the God Killer is actually going to be a new Thanos level villain. So that's some big thoughts there. So
that's a cool name though, Gore the God Butcher. That's his name.
Oh, Butcher. I keep. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a sword in the comics that's made out of symbiote. I don't think he'll get that in this movie, but it would be cool to see. I think he has the sword in the movie, but I think they're probably going to find a different way to explain it. Like, oh, it's not symbiote. There you go. That's what they're calling the volume. It's like it's kind of replacing green screen, you know?
So it's what is it? It looks like a prefabricated scene. Like it
is.
And they just digitally add to it to make it look more real.
Yeah, that's what they do. And I think it like, I'm not sure exactly how it works. I'm sure there's videos on it, but like clearly it's not green screen, and it's and if you watch The Mandalorian or the Batman, you can like look at them and see like, wow, those look really good, like visually. Yeah. It's because of this, you know. I'm not saying that's the only way to have something visually good, but this is doing a lot for movies right now. And,
so the Batman used the volume thing, right?
Yep. As far as I'm concerned, the Mandalorian and the Batman are the only two things so far to use the volume. It's like it's a new thing because Lucasfilm or Disney created it. They created the volume, and Thor is the first MCU movie to use it, and the third project ever to use it.
Okay, because I watched the Batman last night, and I saw on the they had extras on there, and they talked about the volume, and volume visual, and I was like, "What the hell does that mean?" But now I get it.
Yeah,
and now I want to go back and actually watch what that extra stuff was. Also, some people are saying there's a third person here that's digitally removed.
Maybe.
Is that
I don't.
What you said, right?
Yeah. I don't know who it would be. Like some people are saying it's Jane Foster, but if they wanted to hide her, then they wouldn't have shown her at the end. So I don't know why they cut her out.
Right. Oh well, but it does look like it's framed for a third person. Well, maybe somebody's about to walk up into the scene. We don't know. Right. We don't know. We can only.
I try not to over speculate. You see, you see that what you're stopped on right now? Do you know what that is?
The goats.
The goat boat.
The goat boat, yeah. I believe there's some toys of this already being made.
There is I saw at the store the other day. There is a Lego set of that already.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Now that looks really cool. I don't know where this is, but that looks freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I bet this is where does Zeus live?
Oh, is this Olympus? Is that what that's called?
I bet that's Olympus.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably
I'm pretty sure I'm right. Just because I think they show Zeus here, and it has that you can see the gold thing. Yeah. It kind of matches the lightning bolt that he holds in his hand later.
Yeah, they show it at some point.
I don't know. I see this, and I think this is like some sort of dream sequence. I don't know why.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It looks like it reminds me of like a very what's that movie called? Eternal Sunshine and a Spotless Mind. It reminds me of this like that kind of fake like dream world sort of thing.
Yeah.
He looks
his
so
stupid
happy.
Smile, like he's had that ever since Ragnarok. He's always had this stupid smile where he's just like he looks like his head has like nothing in it, like he's just thoughtless, just smiling.
You know, I will still venture on to say that that he is still the best part of that Ghostbusters movie that came out in 2016.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Oh yeah, my god, he is.
Chris Hemsworth is funny. Like he has really good comedic timing.
He's so good, so good. And there's Stormbreaker. He's obviously starting the Biofrost, so he's headed somewhere. And he's sporting a nice little blue tint suit here. Like,
Blue and
okay,
gold, yeah.
So we look at this, we're like, oh man, this is such a great stylistic choice. How much of this do you think is, hey, we need a movie that's ridiculous enough to where you can put them in very easy to sell toys suits, but also not seem completely out of place? I feel like that's what this movie is.
It might be. We've actually seen the full suit.
Yeah.
Like through like toy leaks and stuff.
Yeah.
He looks weird. Like the whole suit, because it like has a helmet too, and the helmet is like gold and blue, and it just looks weird. Like, I don't know. There's Zeus, or what we think is Zeus.
Well, he's holding a lightning bolt. I mean, that's Zeus. I mean,
you never know. You never know.
Greek mythology. Greek mythology, Seth.
It's Andrew Garfield.
What?
I'm kidding.
Greek mythology. People often have dreams about Zeus, and they don't know why. All right. Now
that
this
shot right there.
Yeah.
What were you going to point out with this?
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
I've seen the comic book page that this is inspired from.
The exact same thing.
Right. And do you know what else this is?
I do. That was Thor's, like, one of Thor's friends in the comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that someone Gore killed?
Mm-hmm. AKA, this is a god.
Yep.
And more specific, I don't remember the god's name, but the god was also, I think, in the comics, he was known to to rumble around with black holes. Like, he would just like fight with black holes just for fun. Like he was a big god, and here he is completely and utterly destroyed by Thor the God Butcher. All right.
Wow.
If anyone keeps wondering why I keep taking this down, it's because I don't want YouTube to. You're allowed to have snippets of things, but once you leave it up there too long, YouTube's like, "Hey, fuck you."
Remember our DC fandom stream? And
God!
we kept showing like the Peacemaker trailer and the Batman trailer, and they just kept taking it down.
Yeah. Well, they didn't take the video down. They would just like put a block on it.
They put a block on it, but then it would be there once the live stream was done. You'd go back and watch it, and it would still be there. That makes no sense to me, but whatever.
Well, it keeps. The reason why they put it back up is now that they've demonetized that video. Like, okay, well, now that money goes to whoever.
Because I remember the way we found that out. We were like, we had no clue, and then Aaron White was just like, "Oh, you guys are back," and we were just like, huh? What do you mean?
All right, here's Valkyrie, obviously
King Valkyrie.
She's, I'm gonna guess here, we saw, I don't know if is this it? Yeah, New Asgard kind of looks like a resort now. Like a hey, this is like a New Vegas sort of thing.
That's kind of funny.
And it looks like, you do a couple of shots. It looks like Valkyrie is part of some committee that she's probably just really bored with,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was gonna say. She wants to
be a fighter again.
She wants to probably go out with Thor and do the fighting with Thor. That's probably what she wants to be doing, and I'm sure we'll see that in the movie. I feel like. Oh,
Chris Pratt. He's what the hell was that? Perpetually confused look on his face. Oh man. Let's take now. I know Gamora is supposed to be in this movie, but she's not shown in the trailer at all.
She's not in this movie, actually.
That actress that plays her is in this movie.
No.
You might want to look into that.
I'll look into it real quick.
Because I'm pretty sure she is.
She's in Guardians, I know that. Thor: Love and Thunder. No, she's not on here. Yeah, no, she's not a part of this movie. It would make no sense for her to be part of this movie.
I could have sworn she would, because the podcast I've been listening to, like, everyone's like, "Oh, well, they didn't show her, but she is in the cast list."
I mean, I heard John Campea say that she's in this, but that when he said that, I was like, "No, she's not." She's in the new Guardians movie coming out, which I'm guessing this will just set up, but like, I don't think she's in this movie. It wouldn't really make sense at all for her to be in this.
And can we take a moment just to do you think it's lighting, or does Drax look a little chunkier here than normal?
Yeah, I see it.
Doesn't he? Doesn't he look a little chunky? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like I'm just saying, like I just couldn't help but notice, and I shouldn't be picking out people's weight gain like that. But okay, this bit here just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, me neither. I saw some people say it was like super funny. I didn't really.
Yeah.
It didn't really get me. I want to throw this out there while you're on that shot.
Yeah.
I prefer short hair Thor. Like I thought he looked cooler with the short hair.
He did look cooler with the short hair, man. He looked badass with the short hair.
He also should have kept the eye patch that he had. Remember, he had an eye patch.
Does he still have the discolored eye in this one?
Nope. they're both the same color. They're just not.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just gonna
forget that, huh?
Yep.
Look at 80s,
the
movie.
They really ripped out his eye for no reason.
Yeah.
Like that played no part in anything.
All right, so here we go. We get. Stop doing that.
I don't know what you're seeing when you say that. Like nothing. I don't see anything happen when you say
good.
that. So like,
it's popping up on my screen and jumping in front of what I'm seeing, but it's not popping up. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys.
What are you seeing? I'm curious.
But you can't see it, so it's. I keep running over the weather for the day, so it keeps popping up all the weather stuff.
I see. Yeah, no, I don't see that. But
all right. Anyway, there's Lady Thor, also known as Mighty Thor, also known as Jane. Okay, there's a lot to unpack with this here. Why is she Mighty Thor? How does she become Mighty Thor? There's a lot that needs to be explained here. And Seth, do you think we'll get an explanation before this movie?
No, it'll happen in this movie because it's something that can be explained in this movie. It doesn't need to be explained elsewhere. Like you could easily explain this whole thing here, like assuming the movie is 2.5 hours, probably a little bit less, but assuming the movie's around that length, you'll have plenty of time to explain what's going on here. And I think they're playing it off here to make it seem like Thor is seeing her for the first time and going like, what is this about? Right. I don't think that's the case at all. I think they're doing that just to mess with people. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that is the case, but I'm just guessing that's not the case here. He is probably the one that gives her the hammer. Because the story is that she has cancer.
Right. Yeah, I know the story. Yeah, she has cancer, and then the Mjolnir saved her from her cancer, but she has to be worthy. But she has to be worthy to hold Mjolnir, right?
Yes, she's worthy.
Is that what we're gonna do now? Oh, well, she's just worthy.
I mean, it's what they did in the comics. I'm sure there's more to it.
You're worthy. Well, how about the fact that maybe because she was kind of like mixed with that one stone, the red stone? Yeah. Like, do you think that could have something to do with it? Because that would explain why also Vision was able to lift Mjolnir, is because he had the Infinity Stone, as that was part of his being.
I'm not sure if that's how that works, really.
Like, I don't know how any of this works, man. I really don't.
The thing with her, though, and the cancer, it goes further than just Mjolnir healing her. Like, she has cancer, and while she has the hammer, it heals her. But when she doesn't have the hammer, it undoes all of the chemotherapy.
Really?
So it makes it worse.
So that's why she has to be Thor.
Yeah. So while she is Thor, it heals her, but when she isn't, then it just makes it worse for her. So, and this is in the movie, by the way. Like, I don't think we were supposed to know that, but Natalie Portman kind of spoiled that one. So we do know that storyline is going to be in this movie.
Well, good. I mean, I want to know how they put Mjolnir back together, and why Thor didn't do it in the first place, and he had to go back and do time travel to get a different Mjolnir.
I don't know, but it's really a Taika thing to just like, let's say they explain it just by super gluing it together. That seems like something Taika would do for this.
Yeah, like Korg is the one who put it together. Oh, I just put duct tape around it. Yeah.
See, my question is, when it comes to like the broken Mjolnir, would you be able to pick up like the pieces, like the individual
Thor
pieces? I mean, yeah, Thor would, but like with someone who's not worthy, like it's all shattered everywhere. Would someone who isn't worthy not be able to just walk up and pick up even like a smallest piece of it?
Nope. It would just stay there in the grass.
Weird. I mean, okay,
I
but
believe
like,
I think I said that in my trailer reaction. I
Did
was
you?
like, oh, it's just apparently just in the grass still.
I mean, that means Thor is the one that had to do it because Jane doesn't know where it is.
Right.
I guess you can kind of call it to you, but
All right. So let's before we and this is all we have to talk about. So before we end this segment, I do kind of want to dive more into Gore the God Butcher. And you said something about symbiote, like his sword was made of the symbiote god or something like that.
yeah,
But they already used that sword as Helena's weapon in Ragnarok, but they using that sword again in this movie. Do you know how that works?
no,
Yeah, because
I don't.
Helena's sword was whatever the name of his sword is called. I can't remember the name of it right now, but
It's called the Necro Sword.
yeah, that's what Helena's weapon was in Ragnarok.
So her name, so her the sword probably just shared a name and that was it. I
Yeah,
doubt
but-
it was a symbiote sword.
Well, but it even like think about it. It was black and it came out in forms. Like it was very symbiotic. Looking and
It's a case of we're going to do as much of this as we can without it actually being the thing that it is,
right.
because we can't legally use it. So
Can they not?
I don't think they can use symbiotes. Like that's just that in the movies. I mean, like that's owned by Sony.
Yeah.
But
No.
yeah, I don't think that they're gonna tie it into symbiotes here. It would be cool. Like it'd be a cool
No.
twist, but
In the toy leaks that we saw, there could be black magic being used though, because you had the tips of Gore's fingers black, and that looked like very resembled a lot of Agatha
yeah.
in the Wanda TV series, WandaVision. When she used black magic, she had the finger. I don't know much about Gore, so I'm really trying to see
I
if
don't
you know anything about
I don't
Gore.
know either. Like I know he's a god killer. He has a symbiote sword. That's it.
All right. Well, I'm glad we didn't see him in the trailer. I hope when we do see him, because I'm pretty sure they'll show him in the next trailer.
Oh yeah.
I hope that he shows this presence just like Thanos did, because Thanos he had a presence about him. He had a passion behind him. You could understand what his intent was. Still people to this day. I mean, Monte and I had a whole discussion on Sunday about the fact that he kind of still has a point, and maybe the Avengers, the next Avengers, whoever that is, should actually bring that up. Like, hey, so be we should do something about the resources here, because Thanos did have a point. Maybe we can help be preventative in that situation. I don't know. It's something me and rabbit hole me and Monty went down. But with that, I think that's all we got today, man. I think we touch base over everything. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we head it out?
No, I don't have anything.
Yeah, okay. Well, I want to thank everybody who joined us in the comments today. Thank you so much. We do this for you. Love you. Much love. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We are also, if you want to join us on Facebook, you can join. We are co-runners of a Facebook page called Movie and Entertainment Talk. The link to that is in the description below. But yeah, we will see you Thursday at 6 p.m. for the next drive-by news, or if you can't make it then, we'll also be here Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Sunday edition of the drive-by news. And I haven't told you, I didn't even tell Seth yet, we have a live watch party this Saturday of the Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So if you want to join, I was actually I'm making that event tonight, but yeah, we have live watch party of the Batman happening this Saturday. I think I'm going to set it for a little later in the evening, like 8:00, something like that, so you can get all your Saturday day stuff, all that. I'm pretty sure, I don't want to hold him to it, but I think Monte said that he was going to join us for that one as well. So yes, the Batman is streaming. We're doing a live watch party of that this Saturday as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time. Oh, and Seth, thank you for joining today, buddy. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Until next time, stay strict.